I just got a COVID test. That guy just jabbed that swab in there and gave a little twist. It was tickling my brains. Luckily, I'm not here to tickle anybody's brain. I just want to stimulate them a little. You'll see what I mean. Test was negative, by the way. For the few of you watching my video, thank you. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. And from the bottom of my heart, this is for you. So you've heard that depression comes from a brain serotonin imbalance, right? Well, wrong. I'm here to tell you about how science has had to reconsider that idea in the last couple of years and share with you the most recent findings of how depression works. The idea was that depression was caused by a deficiency in monoamines, or these microscopic neurotransmitters in the brain. It's called the monoamine theory, very widely accepted 20 years ago, but today we've discovered two discrepancies that create a big gap in the theory. Okay, so discrepancy number one. If depression is caused by low levels of monoamines, then if you induce low levels of monoamines in a given population, they will all end up depressed, right? The answer lies in reserpine. What? Yeah, you see, it's a drug that depletes dopamine, serotonin, and noradrenaline in the brain. It's derived from the roots of the tropical plant Rowolfia. Anyway, this drug depletes the brain from monoamines, right? So you'd expect everyone taking this drug to get depression then, right? But no, the grand majority does not develop symptoms. That's 85% majority. Unfortunately, the remainder 15% do, which is probably why it was discontinued in the US. But there you go, that's discrepancy number one. Lower serotonin does not equal depression, at least not all the time. Discrepancy number two. If depression is caused by low levels of monoamine, then the solution would be to elevate those levels of monoamines, right? Well, there are medications that do just that, and guess what happens? Some get better, some don't. Also, the medications that act on raising these neurotransmitters do so immediately, but effects of these meds are normally seen weeks after you start them. And think about this one. Other drugs that act on completely different neurotransmitters work pretty well. In other words, discrepancy number two is that higher serotonin does not equal cure for depression. With this information, you can reasonably conclude that monoamines are most likely implicated in depression, but not to the extent that we've been told so. So then the question is, what other brain mechanisms cause depression? The answer is, we're still trying to find out. It's humbling, it really is. We're out there in search for answers, but in that quest, new questions arise, and we realize that there is so much left to discover. But without overwhelming you with too much information, I'll share with you what's been found in recent years and how this could mean promising new treatment options, which is cool for me because I'm getting into the field of psychiatry. But it's also cool for everyone because the people that didn't get a proper treatment from other options available at the moment are finally going to get some relief. Now, staying at the microscopic level, consistent research in recent years has shown that depressed people have been found to have higher levels of MAO-B activity. MAO-B is an enzyme coded by a specific gene in charge of eating up certain neurotransmitters in the brain, including monoamines, but other compounds as well. And you know what happens when you eat, right? You poop. The problem is that too much activity of this enzyme and you get byproducts. Think of byproducts as the poop. Well, this poop is a very intricate poop that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. You can try pronouncing it though. Here it is. Here's the food, here's the enzyme that eats it, and here's the intricate poop. Well, this very intricate poop kills glial cells in the brain. And we have meds that inhibit MAO-B, but they have potentially serious adverse effects. Maybe we'll come out with something more safe in the future. Another microscopic aspect inside depression is a combobulated immune system. This does not only include the brain, but your entire body. Normally, your immune system fights off potentially dangerous microorganisms and foreign things, and it does so by starting with an inflammatory response, inflammation. Well, in depression, there has been evidence of high inflammation, which can be measured in the blood by having inflammation proteins, like interleukins or interferons. Not every depressed person has high inflammation proteins though, but those that do have shown alleviation of depressive symptoms with drugs that reduce inflammation. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, with this, there's also higher risk for autoimmune disorders, which are when your body's immune system recognizes itself as foreign and therefore attacks. There are many autoimmune conditions associated with depression, including lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. On the other side of the spectrum, depressed people can have a debilitated immune system, so they can be more susceptible to infections. A very cool new aspect in research right now is genetic ties to depression. I won't go too into depth, but trust me, it's fascinating. The most recent highlights have specifically been on histone modifications and non-coding RNAs. So now moving to the macroscopic level, or what you can see without a microscope, is your brain. Literally, the structure and size of different sections of it. Thanks to brain imaging, recent advances in depression have shown different ranging sizes of brain parts, as well as altered connection between different sections of the brain. It's cool because you can literally see how the brain is changing in accordance to your depression, which opens up doors to new possible treatments. In this case, transcranial magnetic stimulation and neuromodulation treatments in general can show promising results that open an avenue into personalized treatment. And I'm super excited about getting hands-on experience in residency. And that's it. Hopefully I didn't bombard you guys with too many scientific terms. I tried to simplify big words so it's a little bit more understandable. Anyway, if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And I wanted to finish by saying depression is a very real condition that affects many people out there. My purpose with these videos is to spread awareness. Even if only a handful of people watch it, it's okay. But my goal in the long run is that all of you guys watching my videos may understand the sometimes confusing world of mental health as I attempt to shine a light on things that aren't talked about as much as they should be.